should aspire for more. Connect with others who desire to aspire for more. Reach for your goals. When you do, you allow yourself to aspire for more. Dr. Tammy is here to help you aspire for more. Aspire for more.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Journey Toward More, where we discuss topics to help you manifest more of what is for you, more of what you desire, more of what is aligned with who you are, more of what honors you on your journey toward more. I am your host, Dr. Tammy, life strategist, literacy educator and consultant, author, speaker, and also known as The Catalyst. And that's what I hope this show will do, is help you move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next and serve as a catalyst in your life. Today's topic is never negotiate your next. Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Yeah, my little yoga comes in there. But never negotiate your next. What do you mean by your next, Dr. Tammy? So I want to start with some basic definitions, and then I'm going to tell you how this has played out many times in my life. But I'll just share maybe one or two stories. I won't bore you. But I want to give you a few examples on what something you can hold on to that can possibly help you think about how you are negotiating, and if you are negotiating, whether or not you are negotiating what you desire, what you want more of. So when I refer to next, my working definition for your next is using your gift, making those, what people are calling now, those next level moves, where you are going. So what do you want to do next? Those goals you have set for yourself. Walking in your purpose. Maybe it's something a little more tangible, like starting a new job or starting a business. Maybe it's getting a new place to live, a house, an apartment, doing something like that. It's letting go of possibly a soul tie, those bad relationships. So whatever it is that's next for you, I don't want you to negotiate that. I don't want you to have to negotiate what it is you want. What do you mean by negotiate, Dr. Tammy? Negotiate is to obtain or bring about a discussion. So when you negotiate, you get into these discussions. And it's not just these, hey, what do you want to do type discussion. No, this is really deep discussions. This is when someone in this discussion, in this exchange, is trying to find a way over or through an obstacle or a difficult path, or for something they don't agree with. It's to arrive at a settlement, to give a little, take a little, typically. To negotiate is a deal or a bargain with another or others. So I don't want you to negotiate what you desire, what you want, what your goals are, what you have set, what you know that you have been gifted to do, what has been designed and designated for you. Never negotiate your next. Well, Dr. Tammy, what do you mean, lady? What do you mean? What does this look like? I remember when I was choosing a major for college, I wanted to teach since I was probably 3 or 4 years old. I always wanted to teach. I wanted to teach so bad that I would have my younger sister as my student. And I would be teaching. I'd have the whole 9. Like, I followed the lesson cycle without even knowing what a lesson cycle was at the time. I knew that you had lecture, you had some kind of application, and you gave homework. And then when they forget, you have to review or reteach. I did all that. And I was in elementary. I was in pre-K doing this, in kindergarten doing this. And I always wanted to teach, but when I thought about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, and I thought about, man, teachers don't really get paid that much. Teachers, teaching is maybe not as noble as some other professions. So I decided I wanted to be a child psychologist. So I majored in psychology instead, which, for the record, I enjoy psychology. Psychology is my favorite. So I did pick something I was interested in. But at the core of who I was, I knew teaching was at the core. Whatever it was, whatever subject, it could have been psychology, but teaching was at my core. But I decided to do something different. I decided to adjust what I was doing to fit what society deemed as acceptable, notable, and prestigious. And I decided to do that. And I changed my major. Now, fast forward a couple of decades, I switched my degree. So I ended up going into education, and I ended up getting a doctoral degree. But at the time, I didn't realize what was possible as an educator, that I could do some of those same things as an educator that I was thinking I would do in this other realm, in this other field. And so I still did that. I still got there eventually. But along the way, I had some delays, and I had to adjust my timeline on what I was doing. I had to start over. I had to do a lot to get where I am today. And that wasn't the only time. For some reason, it's all centered around, as I think about the examples. I even remember like my dissertation topic when I was getting my doctoral degree. I wanted a particular topic. I wanted to study. And I remember having conversations with the chair of my dissertation committee and talking about what would be more acceptable for others, what would be more acceptable in the field, what would be more beneficial to others. And, of course I wanted to finish. So I'm like, whatever I need to do to finish, I'll do it. But when I think about it, even in that moment when I knew I had a goal, I wanted to achieve a goal, I negotiated my next. I negotiated that next phase, what I wanted to research and the field that I wanted to situate myself. And in both those instances, there were things that I did. There was things that I felt that lets me know that I negotiated my next. I negotiated the next phase of my life. I negotiated the next stage of my career. I negotiated that. And I want to share with you 10, probably of many, but 10 ways that you know that you've negotiated your next. You've negotiated your gift. You've negotiated where you're going and the goals you have set. You've negotiated which job you would apply for. You've negotiated which major in school. You've negotiated what path professionally you would take. Any of those things fit. I want you to just look at it and reflect and think about what it is. What are some goals you set? What is bothering you? Because what's bothering you may be the fact that you've negotiated your next. How do you know? You are or you have negotiated your next. Here's 10 ways. Number 1, you've changed your timeline. You've set a timeline for achieving this goal, for doing this thing, for embarking on something new, and you've delayed it or postponed it. You probably have negotiated with someone or a situation or circumstance that's going on. Number 2, you've felt pressured to adjust from those that are opposed to you, or even, and maybe it's not necessarily pressure as in them giving you a hard time, but maybe pressure as in the way they refer to what you want to do, the way they talk about what you want to do, the way they engage with you when you talk about it. Are they paying attention? Are they not? Do they zone out? And when you start talking about what you want to do in your goals, do they, as my mom would say smart remarks that I have this thing about, that I say about comedians, and I always say, and when people are sarcastic, I always say there's truth in every joke. So just like a comedian, there's truth in every joke, and there's a reason why they're telling you, because there's some message they're trying to get on. There's the same thing when you're engaged with people. If they are saying things that are sarcastic or contrary to what you think should be said, there's something to that. Pay attention. Number 3, your needs are not being met. You feel a lack. Somewhere inside of you, you feel like you're not doing enough. You're not pursuing what you wanted. There's something not fulfilling about the thing you are visioning, the way you see it should play out. There's something not happening. You still have this need to do something or to do more. There's some need there. Number 4, you've had to give up something. Whatever you want to do, whatever goal you set, whatever it is that you are moving toward, that next level thing, because of your negotiating, it looks less than you envisioned. It's not exactly how you envision. You have that feeling like you gave, and you're giving. You're giving more than you're willing or you want to give. And there's this giving up something, like it seems like you're just giving. There's nothing you're getting out of it. Number 5, when you're in a negotiation, you feel like those around you and those that should support you, if you're looking for support, if you desire support, because it just depends. I will say, typically we do things because that's something we want to do, but I understand if you're in a relationship or married or something, that requires a team effort typically, because you need that support in order to move forward, to not have to negotiate it. But if you don't have that support, you'll find yourself getting the silent treatment. It'll start being this negotiation, because the silent treatment creates this desire in you to make the other person happy. It makes you feel guilty. That silent treatment is not just silent treatment because of something else. It's silent treatment because it's pertaining to where you want to go or what you want to do. How do you know you're in a negotiation or you have negotiated your next? Number 6, what was once upon a time one person sometimes develop into many. It becomes a group against you. That group that's against what you're doing or not in support of what you're doing is growing. If it even started with a few people, now you notice there's other people that have sided, who have gotten wind or word of what you're doing, and now they're sided with it. As we used to say, they're ganging up on you. How do you know you're negotiating? Is if you have that feeling that you're being bullied or intimidated by that group. So 6 and 7 kind of go together. 6 is the action, 7 is what you're feeling. being bullied or intimidated. Number 8 is if you feel trapped. Do you feel trapped where you are? Do you feel like you have no choice but to walk away and forget it? Like it's just too much to try to explain to someone. It's just too much to try to pursue it. It's too much to get the support of XYZ or him or her. It's too much. So to end this entrapment that has happened as a result of what's going on between you or others, you want to walk away. Number 9, you feel as if you lost. If you've been in this negotiation for a while, you feel as if you have lost and the other side has won. If you have that feeling of defeat, you may have negotiated. Because there's something about what happened, what has transpired, that you're not happy about. It doesn't make you happy. It doesn't sit well with you. And if you get nothing else from this episode, I want you to remember number 10. Because no matter what it is, if none of the other 9 do not apply, I want you to remember number 10. How do you know you are or you have negotiated your next? It's number 10. You feel frustrated because you're not doing what you know you should be doing. You feel anxious because the negotiation timeline doesn't suit you. The new negotiation, right? The new timeline. You feel defeated because you had to agree to not do what you like to do, what you desire to do, what you want to do, what you've been designated to do. You are upset with yourself for not doing that thing, not doing what you wanted and or desired. So number 10 is the crutch, is the biggest of all of them. How do you feel? Are you feeling frustrated, anxious, or upset? If you're feeling any one of those, it's probably because you negotiated your next and it's not what you wanted or desired. My entire platform is about setting goals and taking action. When we negotiate, there's no action to take because we have negotiated all the action out of that thing. There's no action necessary. If you know your gift, don't negotiate how you use and share it. If you know what's next for you, don't negotiate your to-do list or the task that you need to do to get there. You have been given your gift because it has been designated and designed for you and only you. It is uniquely yours. No one else can do with that gift, with that thing, with your next that you can do with it. No one else can do with it what you can. So, if nothing else, sit down, think about what it is that you want to achieve, what you've negotiated on, what are you about to negotiate on, and think about what is it you really and truly want? What is it you desire? Put it on the paper. Set it down. Set a list. Let me get that right. Set a list of those things that you want next. And then lean all the way in. Go all the way. Go down that list and check them off. Don't stop. Don't change. Don't deny what you want to do next. Don't delay how you are going to serve. Don't delay how you're going to use what you have been designated to do. Don't negotiate. Never negotiate your next. So as you sit and reflect, I'm going to leave you with a few questions. Have you changed your mind about what you like to do because it didn't suit someone else or their situation? Have you pulled back on how far or how fast you use your gift or prepare for what's next because of others or their perception of it? I can't tell you how much I have pulled back in my past because it was someone else said it was just too much. Someone else said, OMG, what are you doing, girl? Someone else questioned it. So reflect on that. Have you pulled back on how far or how fast you use your gift? How you reach for your goals? What goals you've actually set? Maybe you haven't even set the goals because you're afraid it's too much, not for you, but for someone else. Are you negotiating what you are doing and how you are doing it to accommodate others? Are you worried about how others perceive you and what you are doing to live on purpose? I invite you to reflect on those and take a moment and take a deep breath and think about how it is you're going to achieve those goals. What action steps can you put in place so that you can reach those goals? Do that thing you're meant to do. Serve who you're meant to serve. Live on purpose with passion. Never negotiate your next. I am Dr. Tammy, and today's episode was just really something to get you thinking and reflecting on the things that you have negotiated, the things that you are negotiating, and to really just take a moment and take a deep breath and put a plan of action in place so you can manifest more of what you want and what you desire. I invite you to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm at Dr. Tammy Francis. You can even find my YouTube channel at Dr. Tammy Francis. There are videos uploaded there as well as this podcast. You can find it there. This podcast is available on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud, as well as my YouTube channel. So definitely share this with your friends. If you find someone that could benefit from this, share with them and give them a gift to use their gift. I appreciate you joining me for another episode. I appreciate your time. And remember to never negotiate your next. I will see you or chat with you, depending on if you're following me or not. I may do both if you're following me next week and in the social media realm. Take care, and I will see you soon and talk to you soon. Bye.
Stuck in life, you should aspire for more. Connect with others who desire to aspire for more. Reach for your goals. When you do, you allow yourself to aspire for more. Dr. Tammy is here to help you aspire for more. When you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Believe in yourself, you'll get more. You should aspire for more. Aspire for more. You should aspire for more. You should aspire for more.